Hey guys, welcome to class. Here is today's activity. Yesterday you should have picked up a plain white piece of paper. If you didn't do this yesterday, I'm going to have you go ahead and pause the screen right now, and you need to make sure that your white piece of paper looks exactly like what the screen looks like. So hit pause, write everything down, and then as soon as you're ready to go ahead and hit play again. Okay, once you guys have this all drawn, I want to tell you what we're going to be doing with it. I'm going to go through cylinder and pentagonal pyramid with you, and then you guys are going to be doing square pyramid, square prism, and pentagonal prism on your own. And those last three you're going to find in your iCross app from yesterday. If you don't have the app on your phone, you can go ahead and look on with somebody next to you. And if nobody around you has it, just be patient. I'm sure you'll find somebody. So if you don't have it at all, talk to me and I can work it out when we get back. All right, so here are cylinder and pentagonal pyramid. All right, first thing you guys want to do is you want to learn how to draw a cylinder. I know there's a lot up here, but just wait on the rest of it. Try and go step by step with me. In drawing a cylinder, what you want to kind of do is start with an oval at the bottom. Yeah, I know he'd have a circle for a bottom, but in order to make it drawn correctly, that's what we're going to do. Once you've drawn the oval on the bottom of your cylinder, you're going to draw two lines that are the exact same length that come up from the sides. And then you put an oval on top. And by doing that, you've drawn a right cylinder. The next thing we're going to look at after you draw your picture is I want you to draw a net of your picture. A net is just what your shape would look like if you cut it open and unfolded it. So think of this guy like a toilet paper roll, only with top and a bottom on it. And so when you cut open a toilet paper roll and you lay it flat, it's actually going to look like a rectangle. The height of your rectangle would be the same as the height of your cylinder. And then that width of your rectangle, you want to think of it as going all the way around that circle. And when you unroll it, you're unrolling the whole circle. So it's really the same as the circumference of the circle. So the width of your rectangle is really the circumference of its circle. So circumference is pi times diameter. So whatever the diameter of your circle is, well, the width of your rectangle would be pi times the diameter. The next thing you guys are going to do is you're going to describe how you would determine the total area of the net. This in the end would actually be the surface area of the whole cylinder. So I just explained it. I said I would determine the area of the rectangle by using base times height. So I'd look at the rectangle, his base, which was the pi times diameter, and then the height, which was my h. And then I would add the area of two circles. So these two circles, which would be pi r squared. The last thing you guys are going to take a look at is you're going to go through and you're going to try and write a formula based on the information that you just gathered right here. And so I said, okay, if I'm going to use the pi times diameter times the height, that would be my area right there of my rectangle, plus 2 times the two circles. Okay, the next one I wanted to go over with you is the pentagonal pyramid. The reason we call it a pentagonal pyramid is because it actually has a pentagon for its base. Pyramids are a little different than cylinders and prisms because they don't have a top on them. The cylinder had top and bottom, but a pyramid only has a dot at the top. So what I would do if I were you is I would draw kind of a squished pentagon. If something's going to be in the back of your shape, like you wouldn't naturally see it, you tend to draw those as dashed lines and it shows up a little bit better. It looks a little bit more realistic. So draw yourself a squished pentagon. I like to put a dot right there in the center of my pentagon, and then I'll put a dot straight above it. And then when I go through, I'm going to connect each corner to the dot up above, and I'll have my pentagon. Again, the guy that goes in back, we're going to make him a dashed line. And there you have a pentagonal pyramid. Okay, when I take a look at the net of the pentagon, he would have a pentagon for his base, and then he'd actually have all those triangles unfolded from it. So again, when I look at the description of how I would determine the total surface area, if I did it, I would find the area of my pentagon, and then I have 5 of the same exact triangles, so I would add it to 5 times the area of the triangles, and those guys would be called the faces. So this is the formula I came up with. I used big B to stand for the area of the base, and then little b for the base edge of the triangle. So I said I would take the area of the base plus 5 times, and then 1/2 base times height is the area of a triangle. All right, for the rest of the hour, you guys need to play with your iCross app. You're going to look at square pyramid, that's in the iCross app. You're going to look at a square prism, which is actually a cube. You'll find that underneath cube instead of prism. And then you'll also take a look at pentagonal prism. I've given you some things to go on down here with pentagonal prism because I wanted you guys to visualize that pretty well. I'd like you to try it without copying down these answers, but they are here for you if you need them. As soon as you guys get finished with this, you can go ahead and finish working on assignment number 8. And then once assignment number 8 is done, make sure your practice test is finished and you can work on your help sheet or study for tomorrow's test. Have a great day, be good for Mrs. Cronk, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Don't forget, test tomorrow.